The SEED initiative was created to give employees an opportunity to offer their input on cost savings, efficiency, and effectiveness improvements. Our SEED program continues to grow in 2011 with millions in savings realized and nearly 100 ideas suggested since 2009. These ideas enable employees to better conduct their work, improve efficiency, save time, and reduce costs. Hoosier Energy employees have responded to the call for efficiency, and we are seeing the culture of our company adopt the idea of communicating ideas and improvements made in many different ways. This has birthed our newest initiative called Pathways, where we want to open channels of communication to allow the reporting and gathering of ideas and efficiencies. The following examples are reports on efficiency gains and process improvements developed through everyday communications.
I got this project from the EPA to install some dust monitors at a remote location over at the Merrim landfill, and found out that we needed to install phone service to these two sites. Upon going through the process of getting phone service, we found out that the Merrim phone was being billed on a monthly basis rather than an annual basis. If we hadn't done the project with the phone service, we'd be paying a person to go to these remote sites on a daily basis to collect the data. We'll be saving in labor cost approximately 200 to 300 man hours per year. The rates at Worthington were about 3.7 cents per minute on a phone call, and if we signed up for about a 4 cent per minute on a phone call, we could drop the penalty and just get a straight rate at Worthington. So combined, the two projects will save Hoosier Energy approximately $1,300 to $1,500 per year on an annual basis.
When you're building a boiler scaffold such as this, it's all engineered scaffold. It's stamped, it's brought in. There's over 3,000 pieces in there. It's basically, if you put it on semi trucks, there would be 4 semi truckloads of scaffold in that project. There's a lot of heights, a lot of chances for dirt and debris to go down. We put nets specifically engineered and designed for scaffold. And as you build the scaffold up, it goes in 6-foot 6-inch sections. Each time we would start on a new level, we would bring the nets up behind us. The maximum anything could fall would be 6-foot 6 inches. We thought, everybody will feel more comfortable, and the more comfortable people feel, the quicker they're gonna move and the faster the build's gonna go. We kind of calculated it out, and just as far as the actual scaffold build itself went, we saved about $17,000 just on this one build. And in 2012, we'll be building, instead of just coming to here, we'll be building all the way up to the superheat tubes. So that's going to be quite a bit more. I really look for the savings next year, compared to the project of 3 years ago. I really look for that to be somewhere in the $20,000 to $25,000 range. And they're going to adapt the same practice down at RAT starting this fall. They have a complete boiler build down there. They will be using the same technology and the same procedures down there. So we look for that savings and efficiency to affect them as well. The faster that we get in and we get out as a whole, the faster we can return it to operations and start making megawatts.
Well, the project is a way we can reduce our cash outflows on property taxes by a change in the process of our capital accounting for power production projects. And in short, there are certain costs that we have been capitalizing in the past that we no longer need to capitalize in the future. We pay 2% of the book value in property taxes on average. The book value is what we paid for it, less its depreciation from year to year. So by recording these costs to retire, we reduce our recorded costs, and therefore we reduce our book value, and therefore we reduce what the property tax we pay on it. On the Merrim boiler, for example, we've done several water wall projects on them, and the material isn't all that expensive on these, but there's a lot of labor cost. So the cost to actually remove the old tubes, we can kind of segregate from our capital assets, and we don't have to pay property tax on that value. So that's probably been the single largest beneficiary of this new process. That really any project that will require cost to remove existing equipment is a candidate for some savings through this process. The overall savings will be largely dependent on the capital projects we put into place each year, but I guess a rough estimate, if let's say we have $500 million in our 5-year work plan that will be subject to this new procedure, and say, well, it's 5% of that is going to be cost to retire, cost to remove original equipment. That's $25 million right there, that over the life of those assets we won't have to pay property tax on. And what that comes out to be is roughly about $250,000 a year.
We're a small company with big ideas. Every success we've had this past year came from teamwork. People working together in many different roles to get the job done. Finding ways to make our jobs more efficient and effective increases productivity and reduces costs for our members. Each and every one of you contribute to the accomplishment of big things. So, whether big or small, I encourage you to communicate your ideas to help continually improve our business. So please,